we are still in this show on Ask Team Abel any question as a borders in business development, marketing, sales, finance, leadership, and delivery, just to name them. I've always talked about the 7 dynamics of business. Any business that must succeed must leverage this very 7 dynamics. 1, leadership, that has to do with your vision, your mission statements, your core values, and all of that. Number 2, management, that has to do with the structures you're able to put in place, the culture of the business, running your business in the actual line of action as it relates to your vision, where you want to take it to. And number 3, it's branding. That's about your culture, what you want people to actually perceive as they come in contact with you, or even when they're from a distance, what you want people to see as your show of love to them. Because basically, anyone who is actually in business is rendering love, is rendering care. That's what you must know as borders and branding. Then number 4 is finance. This is the life wire of every business. You must know your business finances very well, or else you get drowned. Number 5 is marketing. This has to do with how you communicate your product proposition to your target audience, researching and all of that will take your product to the hearts of those who have the resources to actually buy your product. That's what marketing is all about. Sales is the 6th, and this has to do with closing the deal. It's not just about coming on the internet to say, oh, this product is, it's about getting people to pay you for the products you're rendering, or the services, the products you're selling, or the services you're rendering. Just name it. That's basically what sales does. Then finally is what we call delivery. These are the 7 dynamics of business development. Any business that must succeed must be hinged on this very fulcrum, the 7 dynamics of business development. Now, I have a question here, and we're in this session. What then is your advice? I haven't talked about how to start a business without money. Here is a question. What then is your advice if you have the money to start a business and you have never done a business before? What is your advice? Right, I'm going to tell you a very straight and simple response, or I'm going to give you a very straight and simple response that I've been giving for the past 5 to 6 years since I learned this very skills. And my simple response to this is this: if you have the money, go and keep it somewhere. Do not use it for starting a business. You know, we have made a lot of mistakes in the past. I made those mistakes badly, and I'm telling you, based on my own experience, that you don't actually need it. This is the reason. First, I had this money. I sold my house. I sold a lot of things, made a lot of money, brought it, and boom, inside a business, including my retirement benefit or my severance benefits that I got from the bank. I pushed everything. Was it severance benefit? Sorry, was it severance benefit? As in my savings that I had in the bank. I pushed all of this into businesses that failed woefully. I lost all the monies. I was busy buying car, fixing an office, hiring as assumed top performers, graduates that I thought were going to actually make things work for me. I was just doing all the kind of furnishings, trying to have an environment to look very sweet, as though I had started making money. Those were the major mistakes. And you know what? The worst part of it is that The moment you come into the streets with a lot of money, a lot of people begin to shove different products in your face, offering you different kind of products and services, and they are so captivating that you may just even be thrilled and be deceived to buy some of those things, which of course are not necessary. So I went on and spent all my monies. I had a well-furnished office and I was broke. So my simple response is, do not, when you have such monies, save it somewhere. Go out there and in that niche or in that particular industry that you have interest, find someone who is already doing well in that industry and begin to sell for the person. But before you do that, learn the necessary skills that you can use to sell those things for that person so that the person pays you well. So because most of the times I advise that when you have learned from what I've taught in my books, do not go out there and ask people to try you. Command people to use you, and not just commanding them, telling them that if they don't use you, they are losing. I'm not saying you should go and stand in front of a businessman and talk to them arrogantly. There's a way you're going to communicate this information to them that is going to get their attention. These are the things I've taught in the book. And of course, for those who are going to join my class, are going to be learning over time. You're going to communicate this very information to them. And when they see you, give them 1 hour, 2 hours of your time. They will be willing to pay you even before you get started. Like I mentioned in my earlier videos, when I was answering other questions, that a particular client paid me over ₦1 million to even get started. And today, his product is all over the world. I'll keep that story for another day. Maybe I could tell my insider story to the VIP members in my class, how I went from one stage to getting a client to pay me over ₦1 million before I even got started. So if you have money, save your money somewhere. Go out there with your skills, with your time, get them to pay you first. You get started with them. Once they start seeing successes, they pay you even higher. Then over time, if you still want to continue in that same industry, you can now negotiate with them probably to give you an idea about how you can set up your own separately while you also continue to help them. That's being a nice person too. And if they do not want you to continue since you're setting up your own, you can equally offer them another option. Give me your guys, I'll train them on what they should be doing for you so that I can leave you and go and run my own. That's a good way to part such relationships. So that's another way, or that's one of the ways. Then if you are making money already from this particular business that you have gone to offer your skill and your time, do not just waste the money. Keep the monies in the bank or save, reinvest it somewhere where you have enough. Look for another niche and go and invest that money in that niche. You may even also decide to not just go and invest the money, go and tap into that niche and help somebody also sell in that niche. Learn the acts there and then flood in your own money to expand. That's what you should be able to do when you have money. I have, over time, I've listened to people say, oh team, this kind of business I have, this money I want to. I tell you, wait, calm down, don't be in a hurry, just follow me, listen to me. I am not saying that you should not invest your money in businesses that are profitable, but listen, do not go and use your money to start a business except you have a lot of money and except you are so sure of the outcome before you can do that. I would advise learn the sales skills first. Apply it to somebody's business who is already strong on ground before you can go and use your own money to boost that same business that you have learned so much at. I hope that leaves you to have a rethink about wherever your money is. Don't go and lose your money. Avoid the risk. Learn from my experience. I'll see you again. Bye.